What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got week 3 of the PBA Power Rankings. Disclaimer, this one is being filmed before the finals of the US Open, so I won't have the results of the US Open on here for these standings, but congratulations to our top 5. What an incredible show we got going on there. By the time this video comes out, you will have already known who has won. But that's pretty ridiculous. Some like 89 PBA Tour titles, including like 27 majors on one show. It's got to be one of the greatest shows ever, right? We've got last week's champ, Bill ONeal, Jason Belmonte's on there, EJ, defending champion, Kyle Troop, and Simo at your number 1 seed. Isn't that pretty nuts? But congratulations to whichever one of you 5 won. That's awesome. Regardless, I'm sure the show is fantastic. But without further ado, I'm going to plug our new merch. If you haven't seen TV Bowling Supply merch allthatlongstuffafter.com, we have our own merch, and that's the only place you're going to find the alternate TV Bowling Supply shirt. And you're also going to find my logo, Chris's logo, Jalen's I'm Locked In. You're also going to find the original TV Bowling Supply logo merch, and you're also going to find a bang shirt in case you really like that term. I use it a lot, so I figured why not make one. But check down in the link down below in the description, and also if you want to go into our channel, go to the shop page. That'll send you there as well. But let's get right into these rankings. At number 10, I've got Tom Smallwood making his first appearance into the top 10 after a second place at the Players Championship and a 16th place at the US Open. Tom Smallwood showing a lot of form for the first time in a long time. It's good to see Tom back bowling well, and they're bowling on 39 feet again this week, so I expect him to be pretty good. Those kind of middle lengths I feel like are where he's very good with his unique full roll or ball roll and just his overall skill set. Might I mention, they're bowling in a place where I know since I've been on the tour that we haven't gone to, it might be the first time going. So I don't know much about the house. So this is going to be a very, I would say, player/performance-based power rankings, whereas the last couple of weeks I went more off of how the players have done in that building and other things like that. So hopefully these power rankings reflect pretty well. We did pretty well last week. Obviously, we got 5 guys on our power rankings on the show. Pretty obvious it was 5 guys in the top 6. That was, can't say it was too difficult. And I think we got like 7 guys in the cut or match play, something like that. Not bad, right? But anyways, let's move on to number 9. I've got Christopher Vi, our very own, moving down to number 9, the lowest of the season. Hopefully that he will be, but just a little bit of a slow week. Didn't perform at his best, but again, on 39 feet, if urethane plays, I expect him to be very good, and I don't take too much from his 57th place finish at the US Open. It just kind of happens sometimes. He'll bounce back, and this week, I'm sure he'll do well. But moving on, number 8, we've got Dom Barrett. I'm actually a little ashamed of myself not putting him in the rankings for the US Open. That was a mistake by me. I should have, but I put a lot of stake in the lefties, which, to be fair, the lefties did bowl pretty well. But Dom Barrett definitely in consideration for the US Open rankings. But he's here now for the Illinois Open rankings. Bowled well at the US Open, finishing in 7th place, almost making the show. So Dom also showing a bit of form as well. Bowled well at the US Open, so obviously he's pretty sharp. And look for him on 39 feet to be pretty lethal as well with either urethane or with that sweet soft touch that he's got with reactive. But moving on, number 7, staying at number 7, I've got our good friend Pachy Hanrahan coming in, showing a lot of form as well, bowling well, finishing in 30th at the US Open, coming off of a 6th place at the Players Championship. Obviously showing a lot of comfort with the black hammer, which people surprisingly threw a lot of at the US Open, considering they were able to throw purples and pitch blacks, which I forgot to mention last week. I thought you guys were going to massacre me in the comments for that, but thank you guys so much. But yeah, Pachy Hanrahan, the lone lefty that's going to make these top 10, and who I feel is the best lefty on the PBA Tour right now. Just showing a lot of confidence, a lot of form, adjusting very well to the new urethane ball. 39 feet, expect the Black Hammer to come out once again. But in 6th place, making it back into the Power Rankings top 10, I've got Sam Keeley, who finished in 10th place at the US Open. Again, I left him off the Power Rankings for the US Open just because of the onslaught of lefties I thought was going to happen. But Sam was still definitely in the conversation like Don Barrett for me to throw him in there. And he's back, finishing in 10th place at the US Open. Adjusting well to the motive balls, which I expected. If you saw week 1, I thought he was going to do very well with these bowling balls. Again, looking like he's bowling with a chip on his shoulder. Led the US Open for a little bit, but 39 feet, kind of another pattern length I expect him to bowl very well on. Actually, he kind of just bowls well on everything, so I don't know what I'm saying. Sam Keeley, number 6. Moving on, number 5, we've got Kyle Troup making the show, obviously, at the US Open. Bowling well, like I thought he would. Other than that, there's no real particular reason why I put him at number 5. Again, like I said, don't know what bowling center they're at. Don't know anything about it. So just going off of the kind of form that he's showing, long format at the US Open and making the show, you got to be bowling pretty good, right? So there he is, Kyle Troup at number 5. But number 4, we're moving on to Bill ONeal, who I guess presumably would be your front runner for Player of the Year for 2 weeks. Obviously a winner at the Players Championship and making the top 5 here, making the show. So good to see Bill back bowling like it's 2010. Bill ONeal, number 4. Did I say number 5 earlier? I meant number 4. But moving on, we've got number 3, Jason Bell Monte, also, making the show. As we said, I don't know who won what, so that wouldn't really change my power rankings anyways, but it's just really hard for me to, move around the top 3. You can kind of call them 1A, 1B, and 1C now, seeing Belma make the show. He's there, he's back. Just had to make sure after the Players Championship, but he's good, he's back. Can't really say any more than that. Jason Belmonte is going to be there, number 3. But moving on to number 2, I've got E.J. Tackett, flip-flopping week from week to first and second with Simo. Again, whenever one of these guys has moved down to number 2, it's not really their fault. E.J. made the show again at the US Open. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but they can be 1A, 1B, and throw Belmo in for 1C. Take your pick. But I've got EJ at number 2 this week just because of Simo's dominance. Number 1, Anthony Simonson took the lead for the US Open. What was it, in the third round? Third round qualifying, I think he took the lead and just never lost it. Top seed for the show. He either won or came in second. I don't know. But again, like I said, is going to be on the campaign for Player of the Year this year. And I expected him to come back with a vengeance after not bowling his best at the Players Championship. And here he is. Top seed at the US Open. Technically we call that a win. He led the tournament. So Anthony Simonson, kind of hard to argue him at number 1. And 39 feet, like all these other guys, pretty much in the top 10. Kind of expecting the bowl well. It's one of those distances where urethayne's either going to be very dominant or, they're going to play reactive, and a lot of, not so good pros are going to struggle. And Simo can kind of just do anything. He might even play the other side of the lane, who knows. But he'll be all right. Those are my top 10 Week 3 power rankings for the Illinois Open. Again, bowling on the 39-foot Don Carter pattern. I don't think that one's too difficult, so I expect urethane to come out early and then guys just blow them up, kind of like the first week of the tour season, the Players Championship. I expect scores to be very high. So we'll see, but these were Week 3 power rankings. Again, please check out our merch shop. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the power rankings down in the comments below. Again, I always love arguing with people, so give it to me and I'll give it right back. All right now. But thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Was that necessary? Did you guys like that? I hit the table on accident, sorry. Bye.